Welcome, and I am your host, Father Derek, and today we will be taking a step back in time. And if you can read, you'll know that we're going back to the Cold War era. And for the three of you people who don't know what the Cold War is, it was basically geopolitical tension between the two global superpowers that could have led to our annihilation through nuclear fallout, but they both just agreed, hey yo, we'll spy on each other, but that's it, bro. You ain't blowing nothing up. But today is a new kind of video. I've never done a commentary video before, and this time I'll be talking about my pure and raw, uncut thoughts about Cold War. Now, keep in mind, I'm a hardcore Call of Duty fan, so everything that I do say here that's negative, trust me, it's coming from a genuine place. It's not like I just hate the game and it's all bad for me. It was a wonderful experience to play. But I will be talking about the campaign too, and I will be addressing a couple storyline ish details, but it won't be too spoiler-y. It won't spoil too much, but just in case you don't want any chance of seeing that, here's a timestamp on screen that you can skip to. That I'll just go straight to multiplayer and talking about gameplay and how it feels and features. But without a further ado, let's jump straight into this game, and I really hope you guys do enjoy because this was a blast to make, and I like doing these kind of videos. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive and find out what Perseus has been up to. Now, right off the bat, this is the only negative thing I'm probably going to address about this entire campaign thing. Is during the cutscenes, I'm on a regular Xbox, and my Xbox is probably around 4 or 5 years old, and it still works, and it runs like every other game. I haven't had any problems with playing through cutscenes and stuff, but on this game I've had lag in all of my cutscenes, and I wanted to show more of the cutscenes during the game, but I felt like that would be terrible to watch because it was terrible to watch for me when I was playing through the game and I kept getting in cutscenes, and every time I wanted to learn something new, I was lagging throughout the whole thing, and the voices didn't lag. It was just the visuals that were throwing me off. End of negative stuff. Now let's talk about the campaign. It was a blast to play. We didn't follow Woods and Mason as much as I wanted to, but it was, even the way that they did it, it tied them in still where they mattered and they were key parts of the story, and the story really branched off in many different directions, which is something I really liked. They took this inspiration from BO2, where BO2 allows you to pick different side missions you wanted to hit, which affected the overall ending of the story, which is exactly what happened in this one. You got to pick your side mission, you got to pick what missions you went on and how you did them, and you got to pick your targets that you decided to pursue as suspects after the mission, and it gave you a lot of free reign on how you wanted the game to end and what choices you wanted to make. And with these choices, like every other choice in Call of Duty, you have to do research, you have to collect some scrap of evidence, or you could just go off of your your intuition and see how that goes for you, like I did. There's also another feature I wanted to talk about. Hey, am I reading that right? Hold on. Who wrote? Does that say non-binary in Call of Duty? Hey yo, nope. I don't want to play anymore. Me and my bros got to go tweet about this on Twitter. I can't. Nope. I'm not doing this anymore. What that was, but I've heard people complain about there being a non-binary option in Call of Duty, and I don't see how you could complain about such a thing because it's literally just giving someone another option and maybe an extra push to make sure they know that people are supporting them and what they're going through. So I don't really see a reason to be angry about that like some people are. Some are saying, or trying to take the political route with saying that Call of Duty is becoming too political, but that's literally all that Call of Duty has ever been about is politics. Political things. The No Russian mission literally became or had news-wide headlines about how you could go through an airport killing people, and it was displayed as Soviet Russia taking the blame for this. So obviously there's politics involved in video games, so you can't take that route with this. And I support Treyarch in the decision to do this, to add this little feature to make sure people understand that we're with them. Overall, the campaign was really clean cut, and It was a little short in runtime, but I'll forgive them for that because it was expansive and it went a lot of different ways, and they were working on a lot of different stuff. So I'll forgive them for having it a little bit short. But Cold War has this thing, this distinct. What's the word I'm looking for? It's the look, the aesthetic. Cold War campaign really makes you feel like you're boots on the ground, that you're running covert missions that you couldn't go home and tell your family about or discuss. You couldn't even go home because you felt like you were running these CIA operatives. You were with Woods, you were with Mason, and you were boots on the ground, and you guys were getting stuff done, all leading on the hunt for Perseus. And I really appreciate the studio taking in consideration for how things were looking and how things felt, and I really felt like they put in a lot of effort on this campaign. Like this campaign was solid, it was good, and that's why I mess with it so heavily. Besides the fact that I'm a hardcore Call of Duty fan, been playing since Black Ops 1, yes sir. It was a blast for me to run through, and I want everybody else to around me to finish it and tell me what they think about it, and even you guys tell me in the comments what you think about the campaign, because personally I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna run through it again. And I'm gonna make different choices, and I got an ending I wasn't completely happy with, and I won't say anything about the ending, but I wasn't satisfied with it, and I'm gonna run it again, see how I feel, make a little bit different choices, and play it on a little bit of harder difficulty because I've been finishing the campaigns on realism since Modern Warfare came out. So I'm kind of just gonna break into my new cycle of playing it. And that's also something I really like is the multiple endings, and even this feature you're seeing right now, the camera feature where you're taking photos of bodies to send to the CIA, because that's actually what they used to do. And just having little stuff like that like makes it aesthetically pleasing and makes it feel like you're there because you have a responsibility to do. It's not just shooty bang bang, go here, go there, and then that's it. You get to go home. It's like we have a job to do. Oh, you'll get that one later. It's not just shooting. It's just, you gotta go through dialogues. You gotta think about what you're gonna say to people. You gotta take pictures. You gotta interrogate people. You gotta choose what plan of attack you want to have, your weapons, and all the stuff like that. It just grounds you there, and it grounds me there. And I enjoyed this campaign as much, almost more than I enjoyed Modern Warfare's campaign. And Modern Warfare did exactly what this campaign did. It was real. It was gritty. It didn't pull any punches. It was just telling you what was up, and these things may be happening in the real world, and not maybe, like they're actually happening in the real world. And for them to throw you out there and to threaten to show you this, and I had the specific mission I'm talking about is, I don't know what it's specifically called, but when it's where you have to play as Farah and her dad gets killed, and you have to basically fight that soldier and then run through the whole level as a child. I refused to replay that mission because it was so gross and real to me, and I was like, wow, they really gonna do this to me right now, right here like this? Like, come on, blood. Well, that's pretty much all I had to say about the campaign, though. It was good. It was a fun experience, and I really recommend you play through it multiple times. Because once you hit the ending, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, man, I want to go back. I want to do it again. And depending on if or not you work with all during the last mission, I don't really show you how much options you had this year and the things that you could do. And I don't want to spoil too much, but I hope you enjoyed as much as I did, and it was overall pretty good. But I think it's time, we jump into that multiplayer mode to see what they've got for us. Now with multiplayer, they went back to their roots, and when I mean back to their roots, they went all the way back to Black Ops 1 with this one, and I don't know if it was completely in the right direction. Back in Black Ops 1, there was no real oomph to get attachments and whatnot on your gun and recoil and stuff like that. That wasn't there back then. There was maybe slight recoil, but the game wasn't as competitive as gritty and hard hitting as Modern Warfare just introduced to us. And to me, Modern Warfare took a step in the right direction when they did that, and that's like a 9 year difference. That's a literally 9 year difference. So I'm comparing that to a game that came out in 2010. Like, you could obviously tell the difference because things got way more competitive as people grew up, as we grew up, as the people probably watching my videos and playing these games grew up around us, and adults, things got more competitive and the need for a challenge was there more. And to try to go back to that era of gaming now seems like a bad choice in my sense. All this game really is casual fun. It's casual fun, and you don't have kill streaks in this game. That's been cut out completely. Instead, you have score streaks where you basically keep your score streak for I think however long until you get your last kill streak. So, and with that, it takes out the challenge of staying alive and always having to be alert and check your corners and all that adrenaline pumping in you. And the weakest player on the planet like me, score streaks aren't that bad. They're like, I die a lot, so knowing that I have that safeguard around me for me when I die and I could just come back and nothing's really lost is good and making me enjoy the game more and take time to enjoy the game. But it's bad because it took away literally that competitiveness that I loved pretty much in Modern Warfare and every other Call of Duty to come before, because with Call of Duty always came kill streaks. It was never score streaks, you got a certain amount of points, and then you kept those points throughout the game. Like, this is new. And it's taking away that level of cut and that edge that Modern Warfare had. And I'm not disappointed, to say the least, because when I come on this game, I know it's for casual play. I'm not coming here to try hard to get the best KD, to improve my skill at all. I'm just coming here to play the game. And I find myself having to go back to Modern Warfare for that fix and that kick that I needed, that competition for pretty much every time I get on Cold War. I gotta go back for that juice, for that spark. And that doesn't make the multiplayer bad at all. It doesn't take anything away from the multiplayer. The multiplayer, regardless, is still gonna be fun to me, and no matter what, I'm still going to play it. But if they would have taken the same route as Modern Warfare did in the Cold War era, I feel like I would be on this game even more than I already am. But they had to do something original. They can't just copy and paste what they did, what Modern Warfare did, and just redo that. Because that's, first of all, you take a flack for that. And second of all, it's just unoriginal. It's bad design. And that's hard because the community constantly asks for change. And sometimes when we get it, we really don't like it. And it's like, bruh, but y'all ask for change, bro. What do you want from me? And that's what's so hard about making a AAA game, and basically just having this idea is really ambitious to appeal to everyone, is what I'm trying to say. By no means is Cold War a bad game. I love it, and I could see myself playing this as a classic for years to come. It's just, if they would have taken that route, I would have probably enjoyed the multiplayer more, and it wouldn't have gotten stale as fast as it does sometimes. But man, oh man, when I say they go back in time, they go back in time with the bass that you get in your guns, the kickback. Everything feels heavy, everything feels real, and it's just, that was the good part they did. The sound effects were just, oh my god, they were good, they were great, and just playing this game, I would totally recommend the multiplayer, dude. Like, that's a staple of Call of Duty. Of course you're gonna play it. But it's just, this one, when it takes you back, it's not just taking you back for the bad. It's most definitely taking you back for the good, too. And without further ado, I think it's time we move on to the finest game mode. The guest of honor today, the zombies. Now, with the zombies mode, usually comes complications that I didn't find myself seeing this time. Now, when Nocturne and Totem came out in... Wait, am I reading that right? Let's say November 11th, 2000, 2008. Oh my god! My point is, I didn't see myself asking questions like, how did this pop up? How did the box come about? And how did the perk come about? Like I was asking when Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 came rolling around. I kept wondering more and more about the storyline. But they handled it relatively well this year with a expository cutscene that you could find when you logged in for the first time on the zombies, or you could find it on YouTube as a trailer, I guess. That was literally my only worry, and they immediately got rid of it. And the zombies mode isn't boring or anything. It's a really fun and exciting game mode, and it brings something new to the table. And the biggest thing I really loved about it was the fact that there was an RPG in the game, even though I'm pretty sure there's been RPGs and explosives in previous zombies installments, but still, it felt good to use it this year. Those are pretty much my last bit of thoughts and whatnot, though, on the game. And overall, the game has been a really fun experience, and it was fun to make this video. And I'm looking forward to see what they have in the future with DLC and the new zombies map. And Nuketown has become one of my favorite maps of all time now. Just this version of it. I played every single other version, but this version of it has a really retro-ish feel to it, and I really like that vibe from it. But besides that, game is great. Okay, I would totally suggest buying it if you're in the financial position to do so. But if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and tell somebody about it. Tell me if I did a good job. Tell me if I did a bad job. I love to hear you guys' feedback, and I love to see the positivity in the comments when you guys are always happy about me dropping a video and whatnot. But until next time, I have to go feed the children that I've locked in my basement for 3 years. Bye bye.